Federunacoma president hosted at the Rimini meeting for a discussion on the relationship between the economy and ecology and illustrating the contribution of the Italian agricultural mechanization industry to the problems associated with the exploitation of natural resources.
Here in Rimini, we had today a very important meeting about ecology and economy. In this context, we discussed about the opportunity to give major improvement in this kind of technologies, in this kind of innovation about our machinery, because we are really very deeply involved in environment, in territory, and in conservation of the natural soil and air, water, and what else. In this very important, very deep, and very wide topic, we think to be able to give many ideas, many suggestions about this kind of proposal, and we will look to work together very strongly with the Environment Minister and also with the Agricultural and Development Ministry. We think in this to be able to spend many opportunity for our industries and also for agriculture, for the farmers and for all the environment.
Sales of tractors, transporters, combine harvesters and trailers on national territory still on the decline. The sound trend of exports offset the domestic market crisis and led to the outlook of increasing production overall for the full year.
The Italian agricultural machinery market remained in a slump in the first half of 2014, with declines in sales of all types of machinery. Tractors, which closed 2013 with a 1.7% drop, ended the first half of the year down 4.4%, with 9,819 registrations compared to 10,267 in the same period in 2013. Transporters fell a further 7.6% in registrations for the first half year. Combine harvesters fell 29.4% in the first half of the year, and trailers remained negative at minus 1.3% for the first half of 2014. The figures, based on Ministry of Transport registration data and elaborated by the Italian Federation of Agricultural Machinery Manufacturers, Federunacoma, point to a balance sheet in the red for all of 2014, following on 6 years of an ongoing crisis featuring declining sales linked to the economic problems of farming enterprises, which lower their ability to invest in new machinery and equipment. Deep crisis conditions on the domestic market did not, however, cut into the growth of production, thanks to the increase in demand on foreign markets, leading to gains in exports. The Italian agricultural machinery industry reported sales of 7.7 billion in 2013, plus 3.3% over 2012, and expects to close the current year with further gains in productions due to the outlook of growing exports.
Sales rose 9.2% in the first half of 2014, and the estimate for the full year points to a balance sheet in the black.
The first half of the year was positive for the garden and groundskeeping machinery market in Italy, which rose 9.2% over the same period last year. Data provided by the Coma Garden Manufacturers Association in Federunacoma, elaborated in cooperation with Morgan, show increases of 9% for mowers, 10.5% for chainsaws, 21.5% for brush cutters and 22% for lawn tractors, and declines of 20% for trimmers, 12% for hedge cutters and 22% for ride-ons for professional use. On the basis of this first half performance and the outlook for the second half, 2014 is expected to close with a positive balance sheet for a 4.3% gain over 2013, thanks to more than 1,051,000 machinery and equipment items sold compared to 1,008,000 the previous year. The recovery of the Italian market and prospects for the development of those abroad will be closely monitored in dedicated meetings held during the run of EIMA Green, salon focused on machinery and equipment for groundskeeping, set within EIMA International in Bologna for the 12th to the 16th of November.
Record numbers achieved for the EIMA International Agricultural Mechanization Exposition for the exhibition area allocated and participants arriving.
The 41st edition of EIMA International, the Great Agricultural Mechanization Exposition scheduled for the 12th to the 16th of November, will take over the Bologna Trade Fair quarters to their maximum. Already committed are 150,000 square meters of the 300,000 square meters overall for the companies, grown to 1,755, which have confirmed their arrival, and another 70 placed on the waiting list. Also on the increase is the number of manufacturers coming from abroad, 570 of them to surpass the record numbers set for the most recent edition. All the exhibiting industries attending will take over the pavilions according to their merchandise category among the 14 specialized categories, plus the 4 theme salons. EIMA Green is dedicated to machinery and equipment for gardening and groundskeeping, which this year will introduce the floriculture sector, producers of flowers and ornamental plants and specialists in systems for the creation and maintenance of green areas. EIMA Components is the salon on components for agriculture, gardening and earth-moving machinery, with 800 manufacturers from around the world, offering increasingly efficient technologies to apply to decisive innovation for machinery for agriculture and rural areas. EIMA Energy will focus on systems for generating energy from vegetable raw materials and host exhibitions, trial demonstrations and conferences for the promotion of production chains for the sector and the development of cooperation with other countries. EIMA MIA means a multifunctional approach to agriculture and rural areas as a very real solution for all those involved in complementary and alternative activities aside from traditional farming. The upcoming edition of the Salon will also take up interventions for countering hydrogeographic breakdowns to safeguard the environment.